From clearance to stoppage.
Salem off the back half's been good for the D's as well.
Dogs by 7 at quarter time. Melbourne by 7 at the main break. Away we go again. Bontempelli shoves the ball forward. Liberatore, Vandermeer. Got a hand pass in Dunkley. Goes back to Liberatore. Can he hit a target inside? Looks for Wallace, his mate. Petrarca has had a nice game. Dunkley. Now Smith with a high ball in the swirling breeze. Difficult for Bruce. He's been quiet. Gets shoved away from the marking contest. Lever. Wallace. Viney hasn't managed to get it clear. McLean. Bontempelli. Dangerous. Bontempelli. Wonderful.
For the D's.
Look at Angus Brayshaw though. Just ball watching. He's got Bontempelli as his opponent. He has a look. Bontempelli just sits out the back. Just doesn't go to him. Goes to the man with the ball, and you don't leave Bontempelli on your own out there. And that first clearance you spoke about, it was Liberatore again involved, but then his spread meant that they had a 2-on-1.
And out to the open side, they fan Crozier. Not a lot of options that he likes. Pumps it up long. Use of the body from Richards was good. The collect from Hunter, and the bounce pass to Bontempelli. Awesome, and Wallace out the back.
Well, that's their best ball movement for the game, and something that Melbourne will need to be aware of now. That
one in the opening term from here, never in doubt.
Every time Hunter here works to perfect position again to come off the contest, and that creates the overlap play, and the Bulldogs were able to hold their forwards because there was quick ball transition.
So red alert now is that we know that Bontempelli is an elite midfielder, but now when he's starting to impact the scoreboard, that's when, from a Melbourne point of view, your awareness of him has to go up. He's kicked the first goal, the third quarter.
Nice mark in defence moments ago with Josh Bruce. After a quiet first half. Langdon smothered. Now Petrarca. Nice work by Fritsch. This is a skillful operator in front of the big sticks, Bailey Fritsch. Pumped him up, Gary, and he dumped it out on the full.
Viney hassled off it. McLean back to Daniel. He's got some room to move. Used it wisely. Dunkley, Lipinski hands it over towards Hunter. He flicks it on to Smith. How good's this kid? Don't you want to be him?
Took the space, and that's what helps set this up through the middle of the ground. He just doesn't kick it there, he goes.
It's all hands, and this is the modus. This is the way they operate. Hands, hands, hands. It goes the length of the ground. It comes from the deep in their defensive half. Chain of handballs, and then Bailey Smith does what Bailey Fritsch couldn't do, and that is took his opportunity, and that might be the difference in the end. But this, you thought he was going to kick, but then no. Maybe in these conditions, it's run and share by hand.
And it's the work rate out of that congestion, because Hunter and Smith were both involved in that passage on the wing before Caleb Daniel received the ball. Then they both push out with speed to get a part of the link in the chain.
Danger signs here.
Career height, 37 disposals last week. Was heading to the bench. They told him to stay out there. Petrarca bursts through the middle, takes a bounce, takes on Daniel. Thought about having the shot. In the end, dishes it off to Vandenberg. Touch. It was Sparrow.
Well, again,
Can't check it.
pictures that the ARC people are seeing, the exact same pictures here. So it's been called touched. Can't imagine under any circumstance to be overturned.
Tracks it back, bangs it out of Melbourne's defence. They're on the pump at the moment, the D's. It'll come back in a hurry though.
Hold! 50.
Oh, 50 against Melksham. Umpire screamed hold.
Let's have a look at the 50. He comes towards the centre circle.
Comes right up to, yeah, that's 50.
You've got to come back towards the umpire. He has to come back on a straight line towards the umpire. He should know better.
And from where Williams marked it, he pushed about 5 metres forward of the mark.
For 4 Bulldog goals in a row, he's got it. And Melbourne's got a problem.
Manages to get a clearance. Back towards Sparrow. Bontempelli wants the footy. Viney wants it even more. Hacks the ball inside. It's touched. Gardner. Johannesson. Important kick to clear defence. It's good. Finds Vandermeer. Immediately takes on Langdon. Got a push in the back.
Here they go again. This is from deep in Melbourne's forward line, or deep in the Western Bulldogs' defence. Now they're going deep inside 50.
Hunter wants to go and does over the back of Lever. Further opportunities for the Dogs. Bruce hits the footy hard. Norton by hand. Wallace has got 2. Wallace has got 3. The Dogs Bulldogs have got 5 in a row in the third.
Play on what we've been saying, that doesn't look good for Tommy Sparrow. Okay, so here's the injury to Tom Sparrow. I mean, hard and tough in the clinches, and both midfields have been good at that. And this is the result. 1 minute you're inside, deep inside your own 50, and the next minute the ball's out the other end. Great finish from Wallace. 3 goals for Mitch Wallace again.
Yeah, I know. He just keeps getting it done.
You talk about all Australian line. It might not be a spot from Tom Patney's point of view, but from a small forward...
Play on.
Puts it to the pocket. Fritsch is free again. And this, he's holding for the check side to bend it around. Bit of tough breeze, and that works too quickly. Just scrapes in for a behind. Precision ball use to Viney.
Hold, push out. Play on.
Sends it inside, and Oliver takes the mark. 5 goals in a row to the Dogs. Oliver with a tough kick with this breeze. Sends it long. It's across the face. Fritsch goes up, almost the grab. Wiedemann feeds it inside. Red ball by Crozier. Gave to Dunkley. Got all the answers. Williams, Liberatore. Sends it backhand wide. Bruce will do, or out of bounds will do. They get neither. Lever feeds it back. Smith. Bontempelli shrugs that tackle with ease. Heads back towards the wing. But Lever holds them up again.
So he and May.
Police.
To Crozier, to Vandermeer. Took a while to pick it up. How's the drop step? He tried to shake and bake, but he was cooked himself. Spargo wanted it more than everybody else. High on Melcham. He's had a few shots though as siders, so he knows what this is going to do. And it doesn't come back enough for him.
Williams to Crozier.
It's been too easy on kick out today. They've got to this position every time.
Wood to Vandermeer. That was a more traditional route this time. Johannesson wants to use his speed and does. Long ball inside 50. English from the back. Had his name all over it, did Big Tim. English from the angle. Looks pretty good. 6 goals in a row for the Western Bulldogs.
Hang on.
Whistle.
I'll have the footy, bud. Just in case. Thanks, mate. Oh, yeah, guys.
It gives Melbourne a little bit of an issue. Is it going to have Snicko? The edge. What about the edge, Dwayne? Anything?
No.
And he's involved here again, Gary. He actually uses his legs in the right way that time, straight ahead. But Johannesson providing that run. Crozier, Williams, Daniel, their back half runners have got it right this afternoon, consistently as a collective group. It hasn't been left up to 1 or 2 to provide that run. I think Vandermeer's work rate as that high forward, he always gets up.
1 minute left in the third. Heads inside 50 to English. No arm chop. Vandermeer crunched. And hard attacks from players left, right and centre.
Opposed to Tomlinson.
Hunter is going to send it forward. Everything's gone the way of the Dogs this term, not the bounce that time. Down at half-time, and Melbourne look to have the momentum going into the break. Melcham caught with the footy. The Dogs are everywhere at the moment. Richards, that is unusual, to say the least. Wallace is caught, somehow gets the footy clear. Smith, Bruce, finds a bit of space. Smith, clever player, puts it up. Not sure it's got the required distance. Vandermeer's dangerous. Vandermeer picks it up, caught immediately by Lockhart. Still they come, the Dogs. Wallace has got 3 goals. Dropped his head, didn't get the free kick. Finally, a bit of relief for the Demons.
Might not be enough time for them to attack though. Viney heads wide. McDonald looks up. 8 seconds left. Time ticking against them. Wiedemann looks up. He's got one option. He needed to hit a target with that kick for the mark on the siren, and he couldn't hit it.
So they give up to the Dogs going into the final term. Bruce. Bontempelli wobbling right football towards Lipinski, makes a good contest, as does Vandenberg. Viney has a little bit of time, arcs the back, goes inboard, not his best effort though. Johannesson
Again, straight down the spine to Viney. Crunch in the marking process, no 50. But they need to parlay this into a goal. Heads long, Bruce got up there. Wiedemann, he could be the answer. A little bit of a breeze blowing Melbourne's way in this last quarter. He starts it to the right and was never going to come back in time.
Moving on. Play on, you.
Plenty of short options at the moment, the Demons.
It's back over the mark stuff, though, so the Dogs should be well set up behind the ball.
Hannon in towards Wiedemann. It's a nice mark, so around Wiedemann. In the end, centres the ball. Big fly from behind. Mark can't be taken by Fritsch. Bontempelli straight down the middle, only as far as Hibbert.
Go. Top of the square. Gets plenty on it. McDonald's the man this time, and he's got it directly out. 20-point margin, 11 minutes left, and the use of the breeze.
Third mark inside 50 in this quarter for the D, Gary, because if the ball hits the ground, the Bulldogs have been able to clean it up all day. So therefore, the marking power needs to come to the front in this last quarter, and we're starting to see it.
Well,
Wiedemann, and that one's a pure jump. Look at the three bigs, but they're marking it now.
Yeah, it was taken on Keith to be fair, but I think there is a chance to mark the footy. And it also came about, though, because Marcus Bontempelli's been so good, came charging out of defence and just handed the back. And that's the composure you're talking about. You can burn...
Tried to go over the top of his head to Oliver. Liberatore was awake to it. Off the ground, Bontempelli, an important boot. Bontempelli, 60 metres out. Look at that for a ball to Wallace. Beautiful hands from Mitch Wallace. Mitch Wallace, for his fourth goal, really likes it, does Mitch, as he should. An afternoon out for
Hibbert, and once they got the ball through this area here, the Bulldogs, they looked, and then there's Wallace. Hibbert did everything right defensively, and that's a strong, strong mark.
That is a great, mate. That is good opposition. I mean, Hibbert's been in really good form all year. They're as good a hands as you could hope for. So, yeah, I mean, the message going back to the middle for Petrarca is take the game on with your legs. You know, this fancy stuff that's crept in since half-time, the Western Bulldogs will play on that and make it.
and spots a target.
Dodged a huge bullet there, Melbourne, but it's not over yet. Daniel normally hits a target, has a little bounce, sized them up and barrels it.
That was a talk.
Yes.
Gotta love that. So what a waste it. Time's in their favour. Williams gets back towards it. Pickett ran to his own man. Williams. Pickett picks it back up. Picked their pocket. Gave to Petrarca. Sends it inside to Melksham. A little bit of a breeze in his back. Hibbert. About 6 metres closer. Hibbert wastes no time. Wiedemann got up. Almost it is. A shot at goal, but...
Good ball to Clayton Oliver. Immediately has to go forward. Melbourne running out of time. Fritsch! Good grab by Bailey. Under 6 minutes on the clock. To give Melbourne just a ray of hope. He's a good finisher. Gee, the wind gets it late, though.
The D's, because statistically they're dominating the Western Bulldogs. Absolutely dominating.
Oliver through the traffic. Gets it inside 50. Getting back Daniel. Spargo right with him. Ball forced to Wiedemann. Spargo goal. Game on.
Process, but I don't know, you just got to take risks now from this point forward. That's from a stoppage. The Western Bulldogs have held up so well through a stoppage all day. Caleb Daniel just made a rare mistake. The Western Bulldogs have played on more than any other team in the competition today, which is, again, it's a credit to the way they've played and the way they've prepared. They've wanted heat on the game. They've wanted some pace on the game, and they know that they've got the runners that are able to take advantage of it. And that's the attitude that Melbourne have got to take for the last 5.5 minutes. There's no good going back. There's no good going back over the mark.
And he could nearly go and tag the opposition's best again.
Melbourne need the clearance. They should get it through Petrarca. Didn't barrel the ball forward. Someone has to for the Demons. Now they've got a man out wide. Lockhart just scrubs it. Absolutely scrubs it to Johannesson. Now Lipinski's going to send it back from whence it came. Bontempelli puts one arm up. Norton been pretty quiet this afternoon. Harms. May, who's been one of Melbourne's best. Now the Demons again through the middle. Brayshaw measures the ball. Caleb Daniel gets a hand on it and sends it back.
Those last two kicks forward are heartbreakers for Melbourne.
They are. Lockhart and Brayshaw. Opportunity, 20 points, 5 minutes to go inside 50.
Heartbreakers for Melbourne fans, let alone Simon Goodwin. Oliver, Petrarca. Can they get some precision ball use here?
Ben.
Overcooked it past Fritsch. Johannesson with plenty of space and time. Puts it back to a great spot. Bruce is under it. Lever left it behind. Kavara rolls it home, and they might be home.
Trying to be cute and kick it over the head, and then watch this. The miss, there's nothing special about what Jason Johannesson does here. He just bashes it back inside 50 to a dangerous spot. This is the team that are 20 points, who are 20 points up at that stage. So sometimes you've got to take the science out of it, Jono, but the Dogs have had, as we said, every answer, and they deserve this win and puts them very much back in contention, and some really bad habits have returned for Melbourne today under some pressure.
They have, but it's just that poor skill, not under pressure, that in the last couple of minutes.
Jake Melksham to low piercing ball. Pickett. But he went a touch early. English lopes after it. Vandermeer has got a bit more toe. Now he's going to use it. Takes on Tomlinson. Wide handball to McLean. Hits 50. Goes for home. McLean. And hit the band. Crumbled.
Libber attacks it. Smith turned into traffic. Got a handball out somehow. Lipinski. And he misses.
They've just been a little bit down when you look at the opposition, Richmond, Port Adelaide and the Brisbane Lions. So the next couple of games they do have are critical to see where they will go.
Starts it way right. Contest, dangerous ball. English tried to get a boot on it.
Made them competitive in the past 3 weeks. It deserted them a little bit today when the pressure came on, and that's given the footy up too easily and not defending hard enough in your forward half.
Hibbert turns it over. Gardner.
And the back.
One last leap at it from Bontempelli. Nearly pulled it down. Seconds tick down as Lever blasts it away. The mark taken by Fritsch. But the Dogs are back inside the 8.